that's what the highest performing groups do. They're not planning on perfection. They're not depending on everyone being perfect. They're actually planning on proactive recovery. In fact, I have a quick story about that, and it's really interesting because it was an IT organization, and it was about 400 people in their department that was servicing 40,000 people in the organization. They were known for being the worst at customer service in the whole organization. And when I asked them why, how did they get that reputation? They said, well, there's about three things. One was that our projects are always late. Second, whenever we finally implement them, they don't work. And third, we don't include the customer along the way. And of course, that
they're recognizing then, aren't they?
yeah, at least they were in the recognition stage. And so what was so fascinating in working with them is we emphasized this whole issue of proactive recovery. And instead of planning for perfection, we actually planned for proactive recovery. Well, 6 months later, we went back to measure their results, because accountability is always about measurement. And what we discovered was they had won 2 customer service awards in those 6 months time frame. And we asked them, what's different? They says, well, what's really interesting is we make some of the same mistakes that we've always made. But the difference is before we planned for perfection, and when we made those mistakes, it became a blame game. And because we weren't focused on the solution, we were only focused on the problem, our projects got delayed. We were embarrassed, so we didn't want to talk to the customer about it. And our morale went down because we're constantly in a blame game of whose fault it was. They said now what happens is when a mistake shows up, we just move into our recovery plan. It doesn't stop our activity and our movement going forward. So our projects are now getting completed 40% faster than they were before. Our customers are satisfied, and we're getting better results because now we're working together rather than fighting against each other. And to me, that's the real key of what accountability is. Right. Accountability isn't tested when everything's going well. It's tested when things don't go well. How fast do you get up back on your feet and get back in the game?